Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi. Weather in 5 days and 5 minutes on the first full week of the month of January 2021. Weather in 5 brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware, Long Island's largest rock salt provider and a provider of everything you need when it comes to dealing with winter storms, be it shovels, be it Petalo calcium chloride pellets and flakes, be it just rock salt. And Omni True Value serves the entire tri-state area. 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, 6317-561125. The website is omnitruevalue.com. Starting out the day with a little bit of leftover precip in just a couple of areas on the radar. We're seeing some rain in southeastern New England, and also it's a little hard to pick out, but there's some light snow going on in Connecticut along and north of Route 84 as of 6:45 a.m. And then also down 91 south of Hartford and a few other snow showers in between. Other than that, as we look across southern New York, Long Island, New Jersey, northeastern Pennsylvania, southeastern Pennsylvania, south central Pennsylvania, and down into Maryland and northern Virginia and the Delmarva Peninsula. Let's not forget Delaware. The radars are nice and quiet. This is going to be an interesting week on a number of levels. Not that we have a whole lot going on, at least through Thursday, but it's going to be interesting in watching the whole weather pattern evolve and take hold. And I'm going to start with the satellite loop. And at first glance, if you've been following this, on a day-to-day basis, it doesn't really look too much different. We've got a storm system that is from last night is now still south of Cape Cod and east of New Jersey. It's offshore by about 300 miles. The energy that you see moving across the plains with some of these high clouds with a weak uh, trough that is swinging eastward. And of course, we've got more of what seems like endless energy coming into the West Coast. But just want to show you here what's going on. Look at the spin, that's the rotation that's southeast of Newfoundland. And also on the upper right of this satellite loop, you can see the top edge of yet another storm system. Things are getting blocked up in the Atlantic. And this blocking pattern, we've been in a blocky pattern pretty much since the beginning of December. We've already seen it yield one snowstorm. This blocking pattern is actually going to get stronger this week. But if it's too strong, then the next series of weather systems moving across the southern states will have a tough time moving up the East Coast. So just bear that in mind. Too much blocking means that the colder air and drier air from the north suppresses everything further to the south. Meanwhile, on our surface map this morning, you can see our low sitting to the east of Atlantic City by about 300 or so miles, southeast of Cape Cod. That developing low, by the way, robbed pretty much all the energy from the upper air system that was swinging eastward, which is why the snow that we saw yesterday wound up being rather lackluster. The fact that it turned out lackluster was not a surprise. However, there were some hot spots, by the way. Binghamton once again getting hit with 6 inches plus, and also in and around parts of Albany in upstate New York got hit with some 6 inch plus snows. But most of the snowfall that we saw was on the order of a coating to a couple of inches from northeastern Pennsylvania on up into southern New England. Meanwhile, WPC has it pretty dry in the northeast down into the northern mid-Atlantic states for the next 7 days, showing no precipitation. And you can see where there is precipitation is from Texas east across the Gulf states and through the Carolinas and southern Virginia. So from this standpoint, this is reflecting the fact that we've got this very strong blocking pattern, and it may keep precipitation to a minimum. As far as that goes, the first chance I think that we're going to see is going to be Friday or Friday night with low pressure coming across the Gulf states, turning up the coast of the Carolinas, and then probably getting pushed out to the east. The weather prediction folks have a 10 to 30% chance of at least an inch of snow from North Carolina, pushing it all the way up into southern New Jersey. I don't know if that's a little bit ambitious or not, but we'll see. And then on Sunday, based on the old model forecast, they actually have the probability of an inch touching the north shore of Suffolk County on Long Island and covering most of Connecticut and southeastern New England. I suspect that these forecasts are going to wind up getting adjusted. So with this block in place, and you watch it here on the upper air, it just continues to cause weather systems to be suppressed to our south. You can watch them rolling along in that southern stream one after another. And this one for Friday is going to try, but again, you've got this blocky pattern right in here. These two upper lows, one over Newfoundland, another one sitting just west of Maine. That would argue that this system would wind up going underneath, and then we have another one right behind it, and that could have an impact on weather late next weekend or early next week. So just to take you through, it's a pretty easy next 5 days or next 4 days anyway. We'll see what happens on the 5th. We are going to have this old storm just sits out here all week and actually strengthens along about Tuesday into Wednesday. So the gradient gets a little tighter here, but look for a mix of sun and clouds for today, and temperatures that'll be mostly upper 30s and low 40s. Nights will be in the upper 20s and low 30s. It'll probably turn a little bit colder as we head into Wednesday and Thursday. It'll also turn a bit breezy come Tuesday night and Wednesday, but it should be dry. And then here's that next low moving across the Gulf states, trying to make the turn up the East Coast. And that block to the northeast is just going to keep it sliding out to our south and east. Still not 100% sure. We've seen this show up before on a number of occasions, only to have the system back to the northwest. It's happened several times in the last couple of months. So we'll see how what happens with this. So we'll watch the block and how it winds up playing out. So, Weather in 5, brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware, 631-756-1125, 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon. For the best prices in town, the website is omnitruevalue.com. The Joe and Joe Weather Show tonight at its usual time, 7:30 Eastern. We hope that you will join us.